Yeah.
801, Tony. You got the spew?
All right. Yeah, we got this few. Don't forget to check us out. You want to check out the lives and catch every live since last January 2nd? Catch our YouTube. We got all the replays. We are about
YouTube.
113 subscribers right now. We are slowly growing.
112.
Appreciate 112. All right. We love it, but make sure you follow that. We want to. We don't know where this platform is going, so we have as many people on YouTube. So we have this following because again, it's TikTok. TikTok's going to be in a year.
We're actually let you live with that one number, huh? Like,
No,
it's real. It's
No,
really 112.
112, y'all. We ain't lying.
technicality. You know,
So we're gonna get 113. We should get 113 right now,
You know what
just
it is?
because of
Yeah,
that.
give us 113 now.
Subscribing. Just so it can be 112 and you can correct me.
That is not true, man.
Oh man.
We are live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are live every Monday with the Men's Mental Health Shop Talk. If you weren't there yesterday, it was another great talk. We went live for about a half hour, and we went into a private Zoom call with all the guys that were there. We appreciate everyone attending. The last 2 weeks when Brian was on hiatus during his honeymoon. But we we held down shop, man.
I want to say shout out to you guys. I really appreciate that. I hate being absent. So I really miss showing up and being present with you guys. But I know, like, got married, things got crazy.
Hey, man, exactly. You got to, you know what? You got to enjoy your time. Everyone deserves a little bit of time off. You deserved it. You've earned it. Enjoy yourself. We'll hold it down while you're away. And just like you guys would do it for me.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
So, and don't
I don't
forget,
know about all that, Tom.
I can't leave out one special person, and I know she's watching. Don't forget to check out our sister chat, Talk Bari to Me with our friend VSG Bestie. She is live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And my dog is talking to me because why? Because it's the Bari Male Experience, and he has to get his word in. You're not getting
He's got something to say.
He always has something to say. He's a hound.
He wants to say something.
He does.
He has a vision.
And my son didn't take him out, and my son decides to go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And hide for an hour.
So, the topic for tonight, family, is that what we're talking about, Ryan? You had mentioned something about that, and what was on your mind? What were you thinking?
So I was thinking about, we're getting into the holidays and we're getting like to that point where you think about the places you'll eat with family, the time you'll spend with family, but then also you can think about the loss or the grief. And really, I just kind of want to touch on this concept of like, do you have to be with blood family for you to feel like people are family? Like, do you have to be, does that have to be the necessity for you to feel loved? And I know that the obvious answer is no. You don't need, blood family owned to feel loved. But how do you cultivate the deeper relationships with people that you say I love you too, and that you are building these bonds with if you don't kind of get to know them on a deeper level? Like right now, like we know each other from our own personal experiences of our weight loss journey. We have had chats about like our experiences throughout our life type thing, uh, going from partying to relationships to breakups. Like we've had these discussions. I think for me, it's like when was that moment that you felt like I was part of your family? Like, when did you feel that? And I can say vice versa for me. Like, I can tell you guys the same thing.
I want to think about this. Like, I don't know if I can pinpoint the exact moment. I think it kind of just grew into the whole like where you just fit right in. I mean, obviously, we developed a relationship. After you had come on, we interviewed you for a lot, and we began to collaborate, and we began to talk outside of the platform, and just talk about our aspirations, talk about what our visions were for whatever platform we were trying to work on, and just who we were as people. Um, And I want to say, if anything, where I really kind of to take the turn where I just felt like you were there for, I mean, at least for the platform, where I'm just like, you know what, he cares, is when, and Rab, I don't mean to bring this up, is when Rab was away for that 1 week, and we sat there and we really we conducted a live, but we talked about what Rab meant to us.
Hmm.
And again, Rab and I, obviously we started this together. I consider Rab and myself very close. I mean, I think obviously Rab, I feel like he's my brother. And to have you extend like how you felt and what Rab meant to you, I think solidified us as a unit for the three of us, because it embodied what Bari Male Experience represented. It's not three individuals up here, talking about weight loss or talking about like things that, trying to be, support people in the group. I mean, I think of us as a three-headed monster, because again, we all need to be on the same page. Yes, we may not agree on everything and we may have different opinions about stuff, but the respect amongst the three of us and the way we conduct ourselves for this platform and what we want out of this platform and for the community, not just for the men, but the community itself, we stand as one. And it means a lot to me, because BME is really important to me. And I think that the fact that you went out on the limb and you represent everything that I want in the platform means a lot to me. And it's, it really like hits me there. Like, I really appreciate, what you've done for the platform, what you bring to the platform. And, you as a person, just in general, because I know we've had talks offline and stuff, and, we all struggle and stuff, but you've been there for all of us. And I appreciate you give a perspective. You make me question things that I normally wouldn't think of or question, to make me, hold myself accountable about stuff, because you care. And that's what it's all about. I mean, again, you want someone there to be supportive of you, and but to be objective, because that's what family does. I mean, again, I have tons of friends, but they only say what I want to hear. People that I'm really, really close with will objectively tell me, like, hey, you know what? You really need to rethink that. Or, are you really being truthful with yourself? They hold me accountable because they care. They don't want to just say, well, you know what? They're not going to sugarcoat anything for me. So I appreciate you in that manner. And I'm not only proud to call you my friend, but like you're an addition to my family. You're a brother to me.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I really miss him. For me, Tony, I feel like in September I had a difficult time, and I guess it was more so I was going through a lot of things, work related, relationship related, stress. And there are moments where I came to you, and honestly, because you checked in, like you sent me a check, are you good? All right. You had that moment that I was like, you know what? A lot of people won't know. A lot of people won't know that I'm going through something. I will say like, hey, I'm just going through something, yada yada. And most people don't ask questions after that. They're like, oh, okay, well, he said that he's going through something, so it's nothing that he seems like he has it figured out. But you went the extra mile and be like, I'm checking in. How are you feeling? What's going on? And that right there allowed me to know that you cared about the worth or the value of me as a human. Right? You did not spare the concept of he'll figure it out. You look for the moment of like, you know what? As much as he might be figuring it out, let's talk about it. Let's have that discussion. Let's see if maybe he's just in his head and I can have that discussion. And that felt freeing to be able to have that space to do that without feeling as if, you were looking for like information, like you were just genuinely wanting to know if I was okay. And that means a lot to me.
I'm glad that, because there are times when I know that we all talk offline, and I do worry about you guys because when you guys aren't okay and you guys tell me you're not okay, I have genuine concern, for your well-being, because again, like, I know how tough things can be. I know that I may not be experiencing the same things as you guys, but considering the distance between the three of us, I mean, I'm not there to be able to go to your house and come to your door and be like, hey, you know what, I'm here for you, man. Or, do you want to go out? Do you want to have a beer? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to, like, be there for someone? And the only thing I can do is reach out and be like, hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. I mean, it's tough without saying that, hey, I'm gonna jump on a plane and head there.
Right. I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I think
Um. Yeah. So, damn, I'm really not trying to be the negative Nancy of this whole conversation, man. Um. But those are one of the things I need to work on, where I lack, in, family. I know family from like what Happy Days looked like, what the Cosby Show was all about. Family ties, silver spoons, um, things that I see with friends growing up, and how they interacted with their parents. Um, Family to me is, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's like my friendships, my relationships, what I have with the people that are closest to me in my life. And they definitely don't have to be blood. They never really were. Um, uh, my parents weren't parents. I probably see my parents. I haven't seen my dad since 2014, and I haven't seen my mom since I don't know, probably 2017, something like that. I talk to them, not regularly. My sisters, they live. I got one sister who lives about 10 or 15 minutes from me, and I hardly ever talk to her or see her. I may talk to my sisters at least maybe once or twice a week. My family is super dysfunctional and distant, except with their own immediate family, like their children and their grandkids, so on and so forth. So I know what family is. I'm not ignorant to the fact, but I don't really know what family is or what it's about. Or I know I'd like it to be. I know what I perceive it to be, but now the family that I have is you guys are my closest friends. You know what I'm saying? There are the people that I talk to on a daily basis, who I go to share my feelings and what I'm going through, and lean on the shoulders that I lean on. It's my friends are my family. So that's my take on that.
I appreciate that, man. I think I've always, in my interactions with you, I've always saw you as a brother, uh, in respects to you're the guy who would talk to me about like how things would go in life and things like that. Like you always gave perspective about life and your experiences from personal experience to like how you would want life to be, and you're always wanting to go the extra mile. You're always hustling for that extra mile, and that's the brotherly relationship I got with you. Uh, it even expounded to where there's moments where like we've had like arguments, right? We've had sparring matches, but I think it was in love and not like malice or forethought, right? So there was no malicious intent, right? I've never once put myself in a position to speak to you guys or want to act on malicious intent with my actions because I care about your well-being, right? Uh, and that's one thing I want to say when it comes to people that I consider family. There's not a malice act. There's a heartfelt act, right? I'll feel things with my heart and want to elaborate it as much as I can, but find myself frustrated in moments where things don't change. And I realize that's a me thing I have to work on. Like I can't be frustrated for what someone can't see for themselves in that moment.
Yeah, but I want to say that when we started this platform, I didn't know what to expect because I wasn't sure how your vision of BME wanted to be or what your intent was. I knew we had an idea that we wanted to run with, but the more we talked, the more we aligned with things. I think that we spent long hours talking, and you know that Nina would be like, "Oh, you two are talking again." Like we talked a lot about this platform, but I think through talking about this platform, we got to know each other a lot more. We shared a lot of stuff about each other, just our experiences, what we've been through, what we've gone through. Like I feel like building this platform together, I got to know you so well that your experience and my experience really set the tone for what we wanted this platform to be. And obviously, by the time we had gotten to New Jersey, you were basically my best friend. And it wasn't until, because I remember when I shot the video of when we first met, and I remember someone, I don't know if it was Rissa or someone, when they saw the video, they're like, "Oh, you look nervous." And I was like, no, I was like genuinely excited because to meet you because we had interacted and we had hung out like online and done all this stuff together. I was so generally like excited to be like, I get to hang out with Rab now. And when we were at Topgolf, someone actually said, like, "Are you two brothers?" And it was funny because I was just like, "Oh, no, we're not brothers." But in my head, I'm just like, we really do act like we're brothers. We act like family. And I think it was at that point where I'm just like, you're the brother that I didn't know I needed. It was, I mean, we're tight, man. I mean, we us together, and this is why I can't wait for us to be in San Diego, is because the both of us together, it's just we're like two kids, man. I had such a good time in Jersey, and the way we interact is exactly how the way we interact online is exactly how we interact in person. Like we're constantly like ragging on each other. It's a lot of fun, and we have similar personalities. Obviously, our backgrounds were a little bit different with what we went through, but I think that there were certain things where our backgrounds kind of like did resonate because we both had issues with substance abuse and stuff, and we made poor choices doing stuff. So I can kind of relate to certain things, but I think listening to your stories about how far you've come is really like what your story really inspires me and I really don't think you give yourself enough credit for what you've been through and where you've come out from. I think you're harder on yourself than you need to be, and I think you need to be more proud of yourself because I'm proud of you. I think that your story is amazing, and I think you realize how much you inspire myself and you inspire other people for everything that people have been through. I mean, you came out okay. Yes, there's baggage that we all carry, and you have some, but you're working through it. And again, you work through it every single day. You inspire me every day that if you can do it, I can do it. And again, when I talk about the both of you guys, I get choked up. I don't get choked up, because I don't care. I genuinely think you guys are like family. And I don't like to get emotional, but I get emotional when I talk about you guys because we are so involved with each other's lives and what we do. It's more than just this platform. I mean, I genuinely care about you guys because we get to talk offline and we interact and we share experiences that, most people don't get to see on camera. And it's good to know that I have people that I can resonate with and talk to and relate to and be on, and vibe with. No, Shar, I'm not going to cry.
That's crazy. I was 2 questions away to try to force you to cry.
I'm not going to do it. I've been close.
Hey, shout out to what Big E just said. Rev is a lot better than a month ago, which again we gave kudos to that.
Yes, we did.
Because definitely
Brad,
you're now in Rev's in the hustle mode. Like he ain't in his feelings. His feelings in his bag. That's what it is.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for my family, I don't know where I'd be. And that's the honest to God truth. Like if I didn't have you all, like when I was going through that and stressed out and ready to walk away from the world, and if it wasn't for you all in that conversation and laying things out and helping me pull myself together, and see things for the way they were, and encouraging me, I don't know what I would do. Like I said, it I'm older now, yeah, of course, but like for kids to go through, teenagers to go through those things is very difficult. If you think about it, if you grow up with the parents or the family that I've had, it really makes it hard to find a space to allow anyone outside of your immediate family in, because your immediate family is just not there for you. And that in itself is something to overcome, and it just adds on to all the other things, as adults, we've done it for so long and we've overcame for so long and we've become accustomed to the way we live our lives. But when you're young and that's being, formatted into you and the way you live your life, it really puts it into perspective how difficult it is. And the sad thing about it is as a teenager, who left home when they were 15 years old, you don't care, or you grow numb to it, or you don't even really realize it until you run across, like genuine friendships or friends that have a family that actually cares, or things of that nature, and you watch these TV shows or you see these movies and these bonds, and you're like, wow, okay, well, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. So you put it in the back of your mind, you hold on to it as something that you want, and you work towards it, and even still today, I gotta say that I'm programmed to believe more that, my friends are my family. And really, you all are my family, so to speak. You are. But I got grandkids. I got children, that I really need to take a step back and start, trying to pull this family back together, the format that I want to leave behind, the legacy that I want my grandkids to hold on to, and kind of restore the family dynamic that's going on.
You know what? I saw a post today that kind of relates to this. In order for you to build the community you want, you have to do the work to be there. Meaning, like, you have to be the one who shows people what community you want around you for them to want to participate. So that I think because what you guys have shown me in the community that you have given me, it allows me to show you the community that I can offer. Like, and that's why our community and how we find family with each other is building. And I think I see that improving. Like, dude, our discussions have become more incubated in the concept of our growth, our individuality of who we are. We're asking the why question. Why are you this way? What are you doing? What do you want from life? Like big meaningful questions to ask people, genuinely to people that you can feel vulnerable with, right? So that's something I find great passion with you guys and sharing and being in that space.
And Rab, you talk about like how, we've been there for you. And I don't think you realize that we wouldn't be there for you if you weren't there for us. Like, you don't realize that you hold those same values of what family does for each other. So when you reach out and you check in with people all the time,
Mhm.
regardless of, if someone has reached out to you and said they're struggling or something, you just reach out just to check in with people. I mean, that shows you genuinely care. I mean, people that, don't have that type of value system, or you don't have, they don't receive the same thing back. So the energy that you put into the community or you put into your friends, you're going to get that back full tilt. So, you talk about how much, people show you love. You don't realize that you give that same love back to everybody. And that's why we appreciate you. And that's why I say you don't give yourself enough credit.
Very true.
I appreciate that, man. I feel like it just goes back to the whole, just being so screwed up and bad and um, terrible to people in the past, and the repercussions of that, where no one wants anything to do with you. People lose trust in you. You ruin lives. Ryan brought that to my attention, with relationships and talking to women. It's like, leave them alone. Don't talk to them, until you figure out your life and pull yourself together, because you're just spreading your trauma to them, and pouring into them your trauma, because you haven't worked on yourself. And it's, man, all day I constantly think about this. I just I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. So that's it. And now it's gotten to the point so much where, You're scared to even talk to anybody anymore because you don't want to hurt anyone. You know,
Yeah,
And that's real, man.
it's completely changed. But that's another topic. You know, I'm just putting that out there.
So we're a half hour through. That half hour went by really fast. That's good conversation so far. Thank you all for the 9.2 thousand likes. All 13 of you that have joined us so far. We truly appreciate it. Don't forget that we are live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. You have something?
water check. And who said a galaxy?
No. Isn't that, see, is that the first galaxy we've ever received?
That's crazy.
I feel like we've never received a galaxy. That is insane.
Can we make it two? No. Let's be great. Let's, I was just joking. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Thank you so
nice
much.
road.
Really
Thank you so much.
talk Barry to me,
Every
BSG
Sunday
best.
night with BSG Bestie. She is live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Don't forget that both of our lives are on YouTube. You can catch our replay pretty much that night. So by midnight, I should have this up and running for you guys so you can catch the replay. And if you want to catch any replay for the whole year starting at January 2nd, we have all 40, what do we have? 40, 43. This is the 43rd, 44th episode of BME.
Yeah.
We are running strong, man. I'm telling you, this year's going by really, really fast. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff we've done over the course of the year. I can't wait to revisit that all.
You know what's so funny? And this is probably a touchy subject. But how many presidents have we had already? We had what, 40, 45, or 46? Or we had 48? What's the number of presidents we're at? I was like, we're kind of close to the election with the number of
Yeah.
episodes to the number of presidencies we've had. That's the
Yeah.
thing that came to my head. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Oh, look at that. Look at all the smart people in here. 46.
46, 40, 46.
We know who's
Or look.
voting. That's crazy.
Man, y'all, thanks for tapping. We're at 10,000 likes. We really appreciate your support. We got another half hour. Wow, man, thanks so much,
Yeah.
y'all. Thanks for the gift.
Thanks for the love.
Look at
Presidents
that.
of fraternities. AJ. I love it.
The funny thing is we never talk about gifts. We never ask for gifts. People just throw them out there. That's what I love. You know,
We appreciate it.
I appreciate
we
that.
do this live. You know, not for the likes, not for the gifts, not for the attention. We do this for the community, as you know. We talk about our experience, you know, from the male perspective, and there are weeks where we get to highlight other men in this community, so they have a voice. So we really appreciate everyone that shows up every week. And, you know, again, the gifts are awesome. The likes are awesome. We just appreciate the people that show up every single week and join us and hang out with us. And it's a vibe. And we appreciate all the support that you guys give us in the community.
Yeah, I love it. I definitely appreciate that. And for those who are coming to retreat, what are you gonna say?
I want to make sure that we let those of you all know in the comments who don't know that there is a fourth member to the Bari Male Experience, and she's family. So
if we said
she has so much to do behind the scenes with Bari Male Experience, believe it or not. What is the saying? Wherever there is a what, Tony?
You know, behind every great man or every great man, there is a great woman.
That's right.
She's our Charlie to us angels.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna have to do the Charlie.
And she's family.
Pose when we get to retreat. Hey, Charlie.
That's right.
Get the little speaker box thing, press it. That's funny.
Exactly. And then you just hear whose voice. All right. We all know who we're talking about. Barry.
Sure. VSG bestie.
VSG
Beer,
bestie, we
beer.
love you. We love you, sis. We appreciate you, and we love our little nephew too, and nieces,
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Yeah. Scuba Steve.
We are
Yeah.
family.
Yes, Scuba Steve.
Man,
We wish you were going to it too, man.
for sure, Rhoda. Hey, but next time you could definitely come. But
Next year.
nah, next
Or
year,
JBY. Coming to
JB,
JBY.
Yeah.
We'll
low
be there
key,
too.
who wants to do a pop up in Dallas? I'll
Um,
host a pop. I'll host a pop up.
they
I got
just did
space.
one last weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that at Dr. Cribbins. But nah, I want to, let's do a meetup in the next couple of weeks with people. I'll set a date and definitely have a meetup for Dallas for the
There
holidays.
you go.
Friendsgiving. Let's have a Friendsgiving
A
for the people in
Friendsgiving.
Dallas.
Damn. Take it to Houston and I'll go.
We can cross mix it. We can do Houston, Dallas. What's up? I'm down.
Catch me if you can said he'll be there
Hey,
3 hours from Dallas if you host it.
So
for
I think
sure.
See? Family.
this is something we'll have to plan out. Obviously, there's just so much going on in this community where you want to go to everything again, but there's only so much money to go around. There's only so much time off from work to go around. I think that it would be a great idea eventually for us to plan something where basically the four of us could set something up where we're all together and we invite a bunch of people. I think it'd be cool for us to be able to do something all together.
Man, definitely be dope.
Yeah, I think that would be a good vibe. We do a little Friendsgiving with us, even if it's we pop off for like a holiday, somewhere.
We go have what's it called? Bite-sized snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll bring Ken. You'll have bite-sized
Oh,
Thanksgiving meals. We gotta hit up Ken.
Oh
We gotta hit
man.
up Ken for the little
That would
bite-sized
be
Thanksgiving meals. Shout out to him.
yes. Dude, I just got my berry bowls.
Them berry bowls, yeah,
Dude,
for sure.
awesome. I'm able to meal prep lunch in a better portion. I didn't realize how big my portions were starting to get for lunch until I started putting them into the berry bowl. I'm like, damn. I'm like, because I haven't been weighing the stuff out. I'm just like, I have small containers, but the container size compared, because it's portioned out, for protein, carbs, and veggies, and I'm just like, oh wow, I was really mismeasuring this thing. So I mean, again, like people in this community that do stuff for each other and do it.
What's up, Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie, what's up? Just what they do for this community. I got that. I got my Barry Eats kit from Barry Mother and the Barry Girls. I mean, people in this community are great, and they do things for the community for the better. They try to make things easier for you, and sometimes I don't think they get the appreciation that they deserve.
This is true.
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at everyone coming in now and people, and all the little gifts and stuff popping up.
A pumpkin.
I'm so intrigued because I feel like I've never really paid attention to it, and I'm just sitting here watching everything. Everyone's looking at me.
And now it's a thing.
I know, because the three of us are just sitting there looking at well, who's sending us something?
Hey, how's it going? Man,
I was gonna say, everyone in the comments, I want you guys to shout out people who you consider family in this community.
oh, for sure. I want to hear that.
Definitely, because I know that everyone has that circle who, people that you vibe with on a daily basis on here, people that you talk to outside of, just this platform. Because we all know that everyone has each other's number at some point, and people just, again, people, there are valuable friendships that people get out of this platform and through this journey, and people share stuff, and your best friend, or you
You
find
know what?
someone call your sister or brother on here.
I kind of consider the whole daggone community my family. You know,
Hey man,
like
there's nothing
I'll
wrong.
jump across all types of fences and go in a bunch of different backyards, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody has their
there's a
own
great defense,
story.
man.
They have they have their own. Can you hear me? Okay?
I can hear you.
Hmm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Amber, you are the crazy auntie. Everybody has their own little journey and their own little cliques and people they talk to,
Hmm.
and every now and then I'll go in other people's lives and I'll say hello. I'll pull the Tony and join the conversation and say hello. But I always find support. And then there's always some times where, some people just don't get along. And that happens. That's okay. Everything isn't for everybody.
yeah. This
Uh, but
community is so
I'm
big.
telling you, if shit hit the fan where somebody had something to say derogatory to someone and about their journey, we all would join in whether we like each other or not and take each other's back. So that's what I appreciate about this community. So,
And I think we all notice it, and it takes something tragic in this community, or it takes something, for something to happen where people pull together. And things happen in this community, but once something happens, everyone knows about it, and
Hmm.
people are there for each other. I mean, there are situations where people, are unfortunately aren't no longer with us, and people who, these are people that we interact with every day and we develop relationships with. And, people, they genuinely care. And when they're not there, there's an absence that is felt. And, we're all there for each other. And, we've all seen the lives where everyone sits there and talks about like the great things. Like we have our own little community things where we all heal together. Um, it's again this is stuff that family does for each other, and
For sure.
yeah, it is. And and that was the thing that impressed me about the community, because things happened when I first got into the community where someone that we all recognized unfortunately passed on, and it was just, you could feel the vibe of just the entire community was upset, and it took everyone pulling together and having a community live where everyone came in and shared their stories, and it's a healing thing, and it's just so great to think that people genuinely care about you, and I know that people are looking down feeling loved, um, just knowing that the impact that they had on the people in this community, that that you could be remembered in that way.
yeah.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. But there are moments where we do have sibling rivalry in family. Yeah. And I do will say, I'm ready for a good fight.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like there are times where I think that between the three of us, I think that there are certain times when we're just like, oh, he's up to that. Rab is always up to something, where he's just like, oh, I'm taking this to a whole nother level, and I'm just like, damn, man, I got. There are days where I just feel like I don't step up enough because Rab is completely out what I'm doing. Um,
Mhm.
Same thing with Ryan. I mean, Ryan, the things that you put out, I'm just like, I see how it is now. It's like it does bring out competitive juices and the interaction.
Same thing with Shar, because she be trying to be competitive. But
Yeah,
no one's gonna take my belt away from me. No one's taking my belt.
I
No
love
one's
that belt.
taking the belts.
I love that belt, man. That is the ultimate like gift. I can't believe you got that thing. When I saw that, my
Yeah.
jaw dropped.
Oh, pretty dope.
That dude got a belt, yo. And
I'm gonna
it's
bring that to retreat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring it to retreat with all of us. Like, all right, men are in the building.
You could have took that thing with you to DR. I'm not saying you would have left with it, but people would have been.
Hey,
Oh, who's that?
hey.
You definitely could have.
man.
I definitely could have got some pull with that.
Yeah, you could have. They would be like, "Who's that dude?"
I definitely would have been some. Oh, y'all want to
Hold
really
the
see the
belt
belt?
up. They want to see
All
it.
right. All right. So my boss gave me a belt for my going away present because I was working with him for 7 years. Like we started the company kind of together, and like he trained me and everything. So like this was a hard goodbye of losing, like not losing family, but like moving away from family. So he gave me a signed belt by Floyd Mayweather. His autographs right here.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and
Yeah.
there goes that sibling jealousy right now.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Like I just like to see people receive what they deserve. Like I'm just happy that uh, Ryan was able to um, affect and encourage and lift up so many lives um, while he was doing what he does best.
We're
Um,
losing you, Rab.
you can't hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah, yeah, your hand was over the speaker.
Yeah, your hand was over the thing.
Oh, yeah. I just like to see him recognized for the things that he does for people. That's what he set out to do. Um, and I know how that makes you feel, man. And it's a sense of, I would assume that it would be a sense of accomplishment and a job well done. But it's more than just a job, right? Like
Hmm.
you're developing these relationships with these folks, and if I were to guess, um, it's accompanied by that family or brotherhood uh, feel.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of what I wanted the culture of BME to kind of grow into is that, and I know I opened up Slack to do that, and I really now that I have time, I'm going to actually push that more because like the mental health chats are great, right? Showing up for each other in spaces where we got a brother, hey, he's going through something, let's check on him. Like, shout out to Bro for the behind the scenes work he did with some guys I know and help them out, getting them mail. Jamie as well. Shout out to Jamie as well with the connection for that, because it's not a one man show, right? We're not a one man band. It's nothing like you have to do this alone because I don't want people to feel alone.
Yeah. And it's that behind the scenes stuff that goes on. Yes, we're up on this panel, the three of us on a Tuesday night, or we may be live on a Monday night. And yes, there's visibility as to what we're doing. but it's the things that go unseen. You know, what Jamie might do behind the scenes, what Bariatric Bro does behind the scenes for especially a lot of stuff for the guys in the community. The other chats that go on, you know, with the support of like, you know, just like people wanting to, what workout do you do? What are the new what nutrition things do you do? There are a lot of guys in this community that, you know, they put all that work in, and they do it for, and they're not, it's almost like a thankless thing, but they don't do it for the thanks, they don't do it for the recognition, they do it because they care and they want to help because that's the type of person they are. And I think that, you know, they don't need the recognition or the pat in the back for them to want to do these things. And again, that when you're, you know, when you have family, like, do you do things for your mom or your dad or your brother, your sister, your cousin, like, so they could so they can give you the pat on the back? No, you do it because you care about them. And I think that there's a lot of people in this community that do so much, and I don't want to take visibility. You know, I don't want to take the credit. I don't want BME to take the credit for what they're, you know, or to be recognized for stuff that, you know, there are a lot of people in this community. I'm not going to say just men. There are other people, like even Shar. There are people in this community that do a lot behind the scenes and do things without, you know, the recognition that they, you know, they probably truly deserve. And, you know, I personally, and I know the three of us all have, you know, from time to time said, you know, thank you for what you guys do.
Mm-hmm. It's valued. It's, you know, and I want to kind of touch back on that alone concept as well. Like, because we have these connections, we don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Like, I know for me personally, I ate myself to be alone. At my heaviest, I ate myself to be alone. And I knew I wasn't having relationships with people. I was having relationships with things, food. Uh, People became things because they were just to be there, so I didn't eat alone. Like, that was the reality of it. And now I've grown to say I want the invisibility of what I was doing to myself to be visible for people to know that they're not alone at all.
And when you ate alone, that feeling, that isolation feeling, that shame feeling, um, a lot of that stuff is real because all those feelings that you had when you would sit there, you didn't want to be around people because you were almost embarrassed that, like, yeah, I'm eating again, or you're eating your feelings, and you know, you eat right before you go in for dinner, and then go eat dinner
Hmm.
because you're hiding from that. So I mean, there's a lot of truth to stuff, and you know, isolating yourself, but having, you know, the support of people that you consider family is important because you're able, especially people that you can empathize with, because again, like, they understand what you're going through, and it helps you get through it easier knowing that there is someone relatable. Because again, you know, your family at home is one thing. If they're not experiencing the same thing with you, yes, there's sympathy. But again,
Yeah.
you feel like you relate. You need someone to relate to that can help you through and understand what you're exactly.
That's good.
So, really deep talk this week. I like it. I like when we're able to open up and talk about things, and you know, you get the perspective, and you know, three different perspectives. And this chat has been really, really lively, and I've seen a lot of like perspective from a lot of people, and that's what we appreciate. Is that, you know, yes,
Hmm.
the three of us are talking, but the engagement in the chat, just, that means a lot too, because again, it means that what we're talking about has profound impact. It has value to what, you know, we're trying to engage with the community. because it means that you guys understand what, this is relatable. We want to be able to provide something relatable to you guys. And yes, it's from a male perspective, but again, there are so many people in this community that, again, it'll resonate with you. So we appreciate all the engagement in the comments. I see a ton of great comments and a ton of great feedback. And again, we appreciate everything from you guys.
It's truly a blessing, and it's truly it's really a bond in which people are now observing and witnessing and being like, oh, that's something that I can see grow.
Yeah.
Like we're evolving in our individual lives as well as to collective, and to have that be what we now term family. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
Rob, how do you get the?
It definitely. Huh?
I see the BME sticker, and I'm just like, I need to like get on that horse.
Well, BME can't subscribe to their own page. That's probably why you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
But I subscribe, so if you subscribe, you can do that. Yeah, I'm good, bestie. I'm just, I don't want to sound so repetitive so much and all the time. And I can't express how, the gratitude that we have towards the community and the support that they're giving us men over here. It just like Ryan said, and Tony, it just feels good, to have this family, to have the love that's pouring out continuously from the same people too, most of the time. And for anyone who may possibly be watching behind the scenes or in the comments, Jamie, I saw what you said. You came in here just in time. We can't stress enough that we need to find a way to share the word to men in the community, that there is a space for them where they can share their feelings and their experiences when they're going through a weight loss journey. And we do not care whether it's a surgery or medications or natural. It's just, it's not a sign of defeat to be on a weight loss journey. And I think men need to know that, and the word needs to get spread. There's only so much that we can do, the three of us, the four of us. So I would like to extend an ask to those of you a part of our community and family, that if you could let men know that there is a space, and point them in our direction, and or if you or are a woman or a man, that all four of our DMs are open to you to talk to and share your feelings with. We are not therapists. We're not providers. I'm not. Ryan is. Ryan's a therapist, but Tony, myself, and Shar, we're not therapists. We're not, doctors, surgeons, and nutritionists. We're just some friends, members of the community that love you back, and we appreciate you all consistently supporting the Bari Male experience.
Absolute truth.
With that being said, it's 9:00.
We have a whole lot to, I feel like there's just so much that we want to talk about, but again, the things that we're going to cover right now, obviously it's our, we'll call this the end credits. Don't forget that we are at Bariatric Retreat November 7th through the 10th at Paradise Point in San Diego, California. We are live with a live men's panel on that Saturday, November 9th. So if you are going to Bariatric Retreat, we can't wait to see you there. If you haven't got your tickets, be sure to throw in code BME and you get $50 off that ticket. There is still time, and we hope to see you guys there. Don't forget that BME is also going to be at JBY. Don't forget, JBY Awards are in April 12th in St. Louis. I was going to say St. Louis, California. St. Louis.
St. Louis, California is crazy.
But nominations are going to be coming up at the end of November. So don't forget that you can nominate your favorite content creators. Don't forget that BME will appreciate any nominations because we would love to be. We're going to be up on stage presenting.
Oh, what award! We want.
You know, we want something to go. We want something to go along with Corby's belt there.
Yeah.
Raise a belt and raise that trophy.
Hell yeah.
But again, we are live every Tuesday with the Barry Mill Experience at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. Every Monday with the men's mental health shop talk. Same time, we go live at 8 o'clock, and we are live for a half hour on TikTok before we go to a private Zoom chat that we have men share their journey and experiences, and they can talk whatever the subject is for the week, or we can talk about anything that they have going on. We are there to support each other, and what happens in that chat stays in the chat. So you never have to worry about people talking about anything outside of that platform. It is basically TikTok without the noise and the support that the men need. Don't forget that our sister chat is live every Sunday. Talk Barry to Me with the host, VSG Bestie, and she is live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Anything else I'm forgetting, guys?
Nah, you're all clear over
I
here.
don't think so, bro.
All right, that was a lot. I gotta take a sip for that one.
Hey, we love y'all, man. For real.
Yeah. Peace.
Love.
Peace,
Love.
love.
So.
And see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye, Rob. Bye, Ryan.
Bye, Rob.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.